I am here with a folio tutorial for you. This is a Christmas folio, and it is part of the gold subscription if you're part of that. If not, you can also buy it, and I'll go ahead and link all that below. I printed every paper on a lightweight 110-pound cardstock, 8.5 by 11. And I printed a neutral on the back of almost all of them. I will try to point out the ones that don't need anything on the back. So I have cut, I have scored, I have inked, and we are ready to go. So let's go ahead. I tried to put instructions on everything so I don't end up putting anything in the wrong place. So let's go ahead and begin. So this is going to come right here, and it's going to be a flap. So let's go ahead and glue that down. Now it doesn't matter if you're perfectly centered or not, you know, on here. You could be down a little lower or whatnot. It's kind of up to you for this particular one. It won't interfere if you choose to come somewhere else. So I'm just doing my best to make sure it's lined up with this edge here. All right, let's see. And I tried to put my happy little numbers on so I don't goof up later. That comes later. This comes later. Let's go ahead and do our other little flap. All right, let me see. This one comes right here. I'm trying to decide if it was this direction or the other. I wonder if I have. Nope, we're good. All right, I'm just making sure I didn't get it upside down. This is what we need to do right there. All right, so we can go ahead and glue that one down right there. So this was the neutral side, and this was the original printed side, just so you know. And then you'll see that that kind of sticks up right there. It's because there's a score line in that. So let's go ahead and put that one down. And I'm gonna just come and carefully line that up. And I want to just double check that that fold's gonna work well. Give it a good push. And we have this teeny tiny little flap. Heads up, I used my corner rounder for that one. Let me see if I have that handy to show you. It has options for a small, medium, or large. So anyway, I did the large edge on that because I wanted to make a statement with that one. So now this is going to come on the inside, and we're going to be able to cover that later. I'm eyeballing this toward the center because this is kind of like the latch of the journal. So that's why I'm attempting to make that center, attempting to line it up with this edge here. And we'll just give that a good push down. All right. Now, I guess technically you don't have to have this one, but I just wanted to cover that flap. It's almost invisible right there. But I just wanted to cover it. So I'm going to, and I don't mind adding some extra stability to the base of this journal. Now this is just a goof up print on the back, so don't worry about that. And I'm using my glue stick here because, I don't know, you just don't need to use your fancy glue to glue down a page like this. All right, let's get that back. And I am going to go ahead and put that down, lining everything up. Trying my best to make sure nothing ends up sticking off the edges. And I know that can be hard when you've got a big piece you're gluing down, but at the end of the day, when it's inked, it's not gonna be too noticeable if you go over, or like in the case of that, I can just trim that off if it bugs me. Okay, last piece for the main part of the folio. Now this one's a fun one because this is going to be a flap here, and it's going to go on this piece here, but you'll notice right here there's a slit, and that's because we're going to have a notebook tuck right there. So I made a little note. I measured down 1 3/4 inches, and then I made this line, and you'll see it's only about a 1/2 inch from each edge because the notebook is that wide. So you go ahead and put that down, and I just use an X-Acto knife and a ruler and just cut 2 tiny slits and then tear out the tiny strip between them. So let me kind of zoom in so you can get a feel for that. All right, so this is different when we glue it. We can glue all through here, but we don't want to glue anything here because that's where our notebook flap is going to come down and attach. And you'll see exactly what I mean when I put it down. So I'm coming around these edges, and I'm using a decent amount of glue because this kind of is holding this whole page on. And up here, you can kind of fill that in. You'll see that really is a good amount of glue. Now, so this is going to be fun because I got to line this up, line that up, and then hopefully everything over here worked out too. So I'm just kind of folding that to make sure everything's lined up and we're not using too much glue. So we did good. We did good, and that's okay if it's not perfect here. I'd rather have it lined up on this end with that fold, because this you won't hardly even see with everything else going on inside our notebook. Okay, so that is our base, just like that. There's the side view. All right, let's just keep rolling through this. I have everything kind of ready to go. So let's just start, and I'm trying to do this so the video is not hours and hours long. So I'm not doing too much fancy stuff, but I think it's going to be a really fun finished product. So first of all, we have these 2 pockets. Now, if you want them to be a little taller like this, just pull them up, or they can come down and be level. I think for this one, I want to pull it up just a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and just glue down these 2 sides. Just like that. And then just depending on where I want it, I can stick it on that page. I didn't glue the bottom because if I have a tall tag, it can continue down through that. I'll show you real quick, like this. So it'll, even though you won't be able to see it because it'll be covered by this pocket here. Wow, I made that one really tall. That's okay. All right. This one I want to put a bottom on because it's the last pocket at the line. So this one, the buck stops here. Now I'm going to scoop this pocket up just a hair because I kind of put this one up too high. Normally I would like that on the bottom, but it might be kind of fun to have some extra space to embellish down there. So we'll just roll with it. Okay, I have several tags that go with this. And you can just decide, do you want it in the lower pocket or the upper pocket? I did a fun little just cut out hole punch. This is for like a name tag badge. You can find those. I'll try and remember to link. But I don't want to add a lot of bulk. And so that's a really fun kind of thing you can add without adding a ton of bulk. All right, now this pocket also has the funnest, cutest little flaps. So I'm going to go ahead and put those down. And these are going to be like a folio style flap with your 2 circles and string between them. You could think of other ways to attach it if you want, that's fine. but I did include cute little circles to attach them to. So normally I probably would have attached these flaps first and they would go under this pocket, but because I ended up top anyway, it didn't really matter. But just a heads up on that. All right, we're gonna make sure this is all lining up and not getting in the way when we close it. Isn't that cute? And then they flap open. Everything's closing nicely. All right, now, let's see. I wanted to try this because I used to have chipboard circles that I liked to use to attach these on with. And I have run out of my chipboard circles, but I saw somebody on a video and all they did was use a couple of circles from a manila folder or a piece of cardstock. And they kind of, let's see, is that small enough? It's small enough. And they kind of just glued them and used them as the base. So I wanted to try that because that might be something that you guys have more accessible to you. So we have these circles that I'm gonna just use as the base for that. So I'm gonna just go ahead and use my glue stick and put those on, because then we'll have our string, because that has to be just a hair bigger and it'll give room for that string to wrap around. And that is perfect. You could probably even go a little smaller on those circle sizes. So, I mean, it wouldn't even hurt if you just trimmed it down by hand. I'm just seriously trimming that because it won't make a difference. You won't see it, but it might be nice to have a little more room. So bear with me while I'm making this up as I go. If you had a smaller punch, that would work. I don't actually have a smaller punch. Maybe that would be a good thing to invest in. All right, I'm gonna kind of line that up. There we go. All right, now we have our twine that's gonna wrap around. So whatever twine you have will work for this. I'm gonna go ahead and put it over here on this side because this circle's smaller. So we're gonna start at the bottom. Normally I would start at the top, but that's okay. And I'm just gluing that on before just to make sure I get a nice good amount of glue on that twine to hold it in place. And you can kind of line up if you want vertical or horizontal lines. I think I like the vertical. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that on there and not let it seal itself off, if that makes sense. All right, now I'm gonna let that dry for a minute. While that one's drying, let's go ahead and work on, let's see which one I have. Okay, let's work on this tiny pocket over here. So we have here, this one is a fun little belly band, which is why I wrote my one right there, because I knew it would be getting covered up. So the inside is a belly band and the other side's a little pocket. So let's start with our belly band. Okay, this is just a rectangle in the kit, but when you get it, if you have a border punch, I really like to border punch my belly bands because it just adds a fun little flair to it. Now this, I made in a previous video. These are in the kit as well. They're just fun little clusters. And I wanted that to kind of be kind of like a main emphasis piece on this one. So I'm gluing that only to the belly band and I'm making sure the glue isn't going to end up going through because I need that to be open because it's gonna have an envelope tuck. So here's our tiny envelope for that project. And I have these cute little journal cards that go into that. So it's super easy to make these. You just fold, nope, we definitely want it on the outside. You just cut and fold where it says and you're good to go. So I am just kind of eyeballing where that goes. And maybe I'll come up right here just to make sure that I've hit both edges. Not too shabby. All right, so there is our teeny little envelope and our teeny little cards that go in our teeny little envelope. Oh, that one goes the other way. There we go. And this one has kind of like a faux stamp, so you can just put that on wherever you like it, just kind of for fun. You could even do it on this side, like a seal for the envelope, but I just kind of like it right there. All right, and that is that for our belly band page. So cute. All right, this page, the very front one, has this tiny cute little pocket. Oh, see, misprint. And I'm gonna glue on the 3 sides there. And put that up top here. And I've left a tiny bit of room just so you're not cutting it so close on the sizing there. So don't worry if it's not exact. Okay, we have this cute Santa journaling card. I just love him. And I just thought it would be fun to have like a little tab sticking off that kind of helps you flip that from page to page. So that can go on as well. You could use your glue stick a lot of these times, you guys, so I'm just grabbing what's right by me. Okay, and I have another cute little cluster that's gonna go right there. And kind of hang off the edge just a hair because we can. Now, if you wanted to add like a little lace pole or something on the top or some stamping, that would be really fun up there too. So don't hesitate. All right, we have this page. Let's find out where this one goes. Oh, this is our big belly band page. And it happens to be this flap right here. So first thing I'll do is I'll add that belly band. I used the same border punch just because I kind of thought the lacy look was really nice with this Christmas theme. And you'll notice it's a very neutral Christmas theme, which I just really love. All right, there is this piece of faux ephemera. Now I have mine printed on the cardstock still. If you wanted, you could print that on regular lightweight paper and kind of grunge it up and really make it more grungy looking, but that's completely up to you. All right, let's see. Okay, this is the base and it's going to be just a tiny little circle. Ta-da! I don't know what you call them, but I love them. They're really fun. So I am going to just start adding the pieces to this. So this is the base, and again, just make sure you're not gluing anything down so that belly band has free access through there. Now, because this, I wanted some cute journaling in here, I did make this little inside piece for the circle. And then just make sure everything's closing as you're going because you don't want to accidentally seal that or make it too big so that then the circles don't lay flat when you fold them. And I just have a ton of little sentiments for this kit, so it's okay to add those here and there wherever you want in this project. In fact, I have some for these cute little tags, so I'll just throw those on right now. That one says, "Oh, Christmas tree." Can you guess why? And we have "Oh, Holy Night." And I'll show you where these go. I just thought it might be nice for them to kind of dry. All right, now we're gonna put on 2 little eyelets. So it's kind of nice that I haven't attached that already. Happy date. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna close that and I'm gonna just kind of mark, and hopefully they'll be fairly lined up. We'll see. I don't know why that part sometimes seems hard to line up, but we'll try. We will try our best. And gold eyelets would be really fun. I just grabbed silver. Whatever color you have would be cute. All right, there you go. Let's see how we did. Hey, not too shabby. All right, let's go ahead and we can snip that off because we made that way too long. So how this will look when it's done is you just have this and this. It's just like tying your shoes when you get a brand new pair and you have to put the laces in the eyelets. All right, there we go. So this is gonna go right here on top of that base that we put over our belly band. And we're turning it into a pocket. So I wanna decide which way is up, which I know. And then I'm gonna only glue the 3 sides down. And that'll create that little pocket. And that cute little pocket is for our cute little tags. So these are gonna come right in here, and then you can still access everything behind the belly band. So it's a really fun little hidden page. I have a cute little Joy to the World, and I just wanna add it because Joy to the World. There we go. Cute. Cute, cute. All right, we have, where does it go? Oh my heavens, I glued my flap down. That's funny. I'm gonna move my Joy to the World. There we go. And it'll be fine there, it won't get in the way. That was close. All right, on this side, we have a cute little triple pocket. These are really fast to put together. So I have all the pieces I put here ready to go. There you are. I thought I'd lost my little pocket. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and glue these down. This one you can make into that back pocket if you want. You don't have to. I just tend to put in all the pockets I can possibly fit into a project. So just kind of center that where you like it on the page. And then these are just slant pockets, so both sides and the bottom. And I line these ones up. I suppose if you wanted to adjust their heights, you could adjust these as well, but I just line them up. There we go. And then our tiniest pocket. So I made like 7 or 8 clusters in the other video, and you'll see me using those throughout. So I'll add the link for that, but they're really fun to make. All right, now to save time, I am not going to put my eyelets in, but I will for the final. And you can, if you don't want eyelets, you can use these as a journal and open it up and have some pictures or whatnot. I will not be doing that. I'll just be closing them. So for me, I'll just glue that down and create a very nice sturdy tag, because it's going into a big tall pocket. So it's going to be nice if it's really sturdy. And we have 2 of those, so there we go. Do you love that little snowman? I think he's so cute. People are so talented with their artwork. All right. Now we have a tiny envelope and we have a tiny tag and a couple of cute little ornament cards with journaling on the back, and those are going into our envelope. But we're just going to go ahead and glue that envelope shut. Just 1 strip along this side. And then really the bottom of this is pretty much free game. If you want to leave a little spot so right here doesn't seal, then you can. But that is just a cute little coin envelope with our cute little fillers that you can stamp on or write on or pictures, whatever. That's up to you. I'm just trying to kind of show how it comes together without hopefully taking too much time. All right, here's another cluster that's going on this one. So I see that I don't want to add anything kind of along here. And if you want to just pencil it in, go for it. It'll remind you where you don't want to be gluing. And you can come down a little lower, whatever works for you. Oh, and I think I just had this cute little thing that I thought was cute right there. So feel free to add any of the little bits throughout this journal that will coordinate with it. So cute. Oh, look at that. That's funny. I'll fix that. Our little trees are upside down on that. Make a note of that. We don't want upside down trees. All right. Let's see. This is our huge pocket right here. And again, feel free to add eyelets, lace, stamping. Other color inks would be really fun with a Christmas journal, I feel like. So this pocket gets right on there. And this is just a big old pocket. And I just loved this picture. I thought it was so cute with this kit. So I kind of made like a faux, almost like a faux postcard. So you could embellish it like that if you wanted. Oh, I gotta let that dry or we're gonna be sorry. And then I have these 2 big old tags. One is super plain and you could add something there. I have this fun little picture. Oh, that would be cute. I'm gonna do it. I have a really fun little card that I just had still left over in my pile of extras from this. So I just think that would be cute. And then maybe we'll add a little word right in the center. And that one's ready. And then we have this beautiful deer with a Christmas tree. So I would probably add eyelets up there or some lace pulls, but I will let you decide that because I don't want to spend that much time on the video for you. Oh, we do have this. I do have a bunch of these in the kit and they make really cute tag toppers. So I'll just show you one of those really quick, but it's really simple. So you just add it on up top and you could do an eyelet through it as well, which is really fun. All right, this is begging for lace. So I'm gonna go ahead and add some lace right here. We're gonna just do a strip of lace and Then I have another one of these clusters. I made some of them vertical and some of them horizontal just to be used in different places in the kit. So feel free to play around with that and use them where it works for you. All right, we're gonna add that guy right here. We're gonna have to push that down a little over our lace. Anyway, I think this is a really fun Christmas color scheme. I love how it's coming together. It's super cute. All right. Sorry, I dropped my notebook. Okay, here's our notebook. I love these style notebooks, and I'm gonna do it really easy for you today. But what I have done is this comes exactly like this in the kit. And then this is just an 8.5 by 11 coffee dyed paper. I took 2 of them and I just cut them down to the same width as this. And I believe I just folded them in half. I don't think you have to trim it down at all. Now, it's super fun if you want to sew along it. If you don't have the sewing machine option, I'm just going to show you something that may or may not work. I've never actually done it without sewing first. But I thought if you could just eyelet that in place, that would be really easy to tear those out. Oh yeah, that just went right through there. No problems. You saw it here first. It works, folks. All right. And then those eyelets will hold the papers in. I should show you, the papers go all the way up to the top. So I did go through all the papers. Technically, if you were sewing, you could bring them down a little lower and not go all the way up to the top. But I did. All right. And I eyeballed that. It might be smart to measure, but it turned out. No worries. All right. I like to throw in just a little bit of twine. It just makes it look cute. And I like the removable part of this notebook because if you use up these little pages, you can always just replace it, which is handy. All right. I wanted a fun little label holder up top, so I'm going to go ahead and add that. I just thought it would be cute. So that's going up here on the top of the notebook. I'm going to come up a little higher so I'm not into those eyelets. So that's something to think about. I probably should have gone a little wider on my eyelets, but I think it works fine. Cute, cute. All right, and then this is kind of a cover to your notebook. Yeah, I'm going to use my heavy duty glue because I have an eyelet in this particular cluster. There you go. And if you have the room and you want to, you can go ahead and just put a dangle from these clusters too. Just a little, from some jump rings or something. That would be really cute. All right, last time I had to trim this down. Let's see if I did better at gluing. Oh yeah, oh, look how cute. So that just slides right in that slit that we made earlier, right here. And then the cardstock just slips right in there. All right, awesome. Let's see. That's my dog. All right, so this is pretty cool because I have these scraps. These long strips were left over, the leftover scraps from when I made the notebook pages. When I cut it to width, I had one of these left on each. So I'm gonna go ahead and use those as just a journaling strip in each of these next pockets we're making. So I just wanted a little embellishment on there, just like that, so it can still flap open. It's not glued down to the other side. It's just for cuteness. And we're gonna do that on one of each of them. Right here. And those are ready to go in our little pockets. So these are 2 clusters that I had, and I chose them specifically for this job. They are going to be turned into little pockets. So I'm just gluing on my 3 sides, and we're turning this into a tiny little pocket. And I'm gonna scooch that over because I did build that over the edge a little, but that's fine. And I'm gonna make one more little pocket. And I wanna make sure there's plenty of room up top, so I'm scooting that pocket down a little bit. Plenty of room to put tags so it's not sticking out of the top, if that didn't make sense the way I said it before. All right, so I have a couple of tiny tags. There's some others in the kits if you want to add some different ones, but I'm just gonna have that cute little journaling card in each of these. I should probably let that glue dry a little more, but we're going for it. All right, now the last thing, I can probably close that now. Oh, I cut it maybe too short. That's a sad thing. That's okay. We can work with that. All right, now I'm gonna shut this journal, and the last thing that we have to add is, I just made one final cluster, and this is a big old cluster, and I kept adding little bits around the edge. So here you can see is the original cluster, and then I just added some extra tiny bits in the background. And where this is gonna go is right here, because it's going to be kind of like the front of the little flap. So I'm going to go ahead and glue down our little Santa. I want to make sure that I'm not gluing where I don't need it. I know I need it in the center. And that's actually pretty big, so you're probably safe to glue just about anywhere. All right, that's going to come here. And I had this, it's not in the kit, but when I saw that tiny bit of red with it, I just thought, oh, I think that would be fun to add just a highlight of red because it just jumps out. So we're just going for it. I don't know where yet, but it's going on. That would be cute right back in there. And it kind of ties it back into it grounds it back to the strap, which is nice. All right, that is that. What I have is some Velcro enclosures that I go ahead and use. Let me see if I can grab one. There they are. So they're just these tiny Velcros, and I just use one of each. So I put one here, and I'm just going to use these as my enclosure for keeping that flap shut. So here's the opposite piece, but I put it right here, and then I'm going to close that, line those 2 edges up, and press that Velcro down so it'll stick to the other page. And now you have that Velcro enclosure ready to go. So if you wanted, you could add some more embellishments under there, but I just don't think you need anything else. All right, so the final walkthrough, we have our cute little folio. Open that up. We have a pocket right here, and we have a tiny little belly band right here that has in here a really cute little card. And that envelope, oh, I kind of glued it in. There we go. Has our cards in there. I don't want to take too long on the walkthrough, but all right. Some journaling cards in a big pocket, a tiny envelope here, and a couple of more tall tags here that I'm going to eyelet in a bit. We have this. You can open that up, and journaling, as well as tags behind there, and a huge piece of ephemera behind that big belly band. Then you have your 2 tiny pockets here with lots of journaling. That'll flip open. You can open this, and more fun tags here. And you have your cute little notebook. So that's everything, and it is just a fun project. It comes together actually pretty quick. So just enjoy and create, and remember there's tons of other bits in there, so don't be afraid to change up where things go and things like that. Play around with it, make it yours, and I hope you have a lot of fun with it. Thank you so much for watching, and we will talk to you later. Bye.